What up? Waiting to see if anybody comes on. This will be my first live, so I'm not sure how it'll go. So I'm gonna go step away for a sec. I grab something and I'll be right back. Oh, what's up, Demonology? How you doing? Thanks for all the help with the other video and stuff like that, man. I really appreciate it. So this video is gonna go and talk about, do you think a challenger would be a formidable opponent in a road course? So, yeah, go ahead, man. Appreciate it. If a challenger would be a formidable opponent in a road course, and I think it would for a number of different reasons. Every time you talk to somebody about a challenger, no matter if it's a Hellcat, a Demon, a RT, a SXT, everybody's like, oh, it's a boat, it's a yacht, it's a boat, it's a yacht. I don't think so. It's no different to me. I don't think it's any different than a Camaro. So that's why I think it's the road course stuff should be pretty, not say pretty easy, but could be done. Kevin Estes, yo, what's good? Nothing much, man, here chilling. It's been pouring. I'm down here in Florida. It's pouring today, so I'm in the garage doing this live about the Challenger. So what's good with you? Yeah, so I think the main hiccup with the Challengers is not necessarily the weight. You could get some of the weight out. Is the suspension. Often fishing, yo, what's going on? What's up, cuzzo? Would be the suspension and getting the suspension dialed in and stiffen it up, and a lot of bracing, because right now the car is a little floaty at high speeds in the corners, and I think that stiffen up the chassis a little bit will help. Yeah, and as Demonology said, make sure you guys hit that like button so more people will see the live. So stiffen up the chassis. It's good enough on the power, so I don't need any more power, and get some really good tires. What you think, Demonology? You think it would do good in Challenger could do good on the road course? Kevin Estes, nothing much, enjoying the weekend and chilling in the man cave, hopefully getting some pointers from you tonight. Hopefully so, man. Tell me what you want to, what pointers you want to hear, or what you want to hear about. Flip Andrew, what's up, man? You got to share the price of your recent rap. With that, I kind of got I'm sponsored through Metro Raps. So I can't necessarily say the price that I pay, you know, as part of the sponsorship deal. So I got a good price on it. But if you were to get a wrap like mine, it could be anywhere from $8,000 to $10,000 because the car is wrapped twice. The car is wrapped twice. First, it's completely wrapped in chrome, and then it's wrapped with a print overlay. I'm in the garage, so as you can see, the shiny parts on it right here, is because of the chrome, so it gives it that crazy reflection. And then, of course, on top, that's the American flag, and then it got the Jamaican flag. And then for the road course, already has my kid's name on the side. So I think it looks pretty good. Like if the light hits it at a certain angle with the chrome, it looks pretty good. So I think it's pretty good with that. Racer X, how are you doing? I'm doing pretty good, man. I checked out some of your videos too. Demonology sent me to your page, man. I like oh man, what's his name? The Professor. You gotta send me a couple of those teeth, man, so I could have a professor too. That's crazy. It's pretty funny. I like that. Demonology. First thing you change, of course, the actually, there's a few cars. There's one car that I know of already that's on airlift suspension. That's in Grid Life, which is like a series of track event stuff. So on the Grid Life, the air suspension is still good because on the airlift, they have a 36-way adjustable, so I could soften it for the dampening. So right now I'm running that right in the middle. I'd have to turn it completely on full hard to see how stiff the suspension is. A lot at SEMA. I saw that Bilston one at SEMA made by the Wesley Motorsports. They did pretty good in the road course, and they also did the Pikes Peak challenge. So I took some pictures. The only thing that they have that's kind of crazy, which I don't know if I'd want to do that, is how their the wing is set up in the back for the downforce. So I'd have to get a carbon fiber hood if I want to cut into that. I'm lowering my Hellcat. I was wondering, should I do springs or bags? What I say is, Kev, go springs first, because I went springs first. I did the H&R lowering springs. It said 1.8, but after everything settled with the weight and everything, it actually dropped it 2 inches, and it rode pretty good. So a good car to get a reference off of right now is Mod to Fame with Cheapo Kitty. His is on the same springs, and it looks pretty good. But the only thing is, it depends on where you live on your roads. It's gonna be hard getting in some parking lots and like super high speed bumps. You're gonna have to go over pretty slow. So I'm here in Florida. The roads are pretty flat, but coming on and off my base that I work on, they have a lot of speed bumps, big speed bumps for like security measures for getting in off the base. You can't just get them. And I literally actually got stuck on one of the speed bumps, and they had to push me off of it. And I kind of like scraped up the bottom, scraped up my exhaust pipe. So after that, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go air suspension. So the air suspension isn't bad. It's considerable more, but for a quick look, with the lowering, it handled a little bit better. But of course, I like the versatility of being able to raise the car up to go over speed bumps and do different things like that. So I could say start out with the springs, and if the springs isn't working out for you, then you could bump up to the air suspension. The bubble teeth. Demonize at a Porsche behind you. Yeah, that's a Porsche 911 RSR. Me and my cousin, man, we had a dream as kids that one day we'd own Porsches and race them. So the dream is not dead yet. So that's the goal one day, is to get a Porsche. I still keep my Hellcat, of course, because my kids want it, but I would get a Porsche to race one day. Let me see. I'm in Michigan. Roads are super trash here too. Yeah, yeah, because you got that snow and then the potholes. Because I was the same living up north, like when I lived in Philly and New York in the winter, when the springtime roll around, when all the potholes pop up because of the salt and all that stuff. The same exact springs that I had, I actually sent it to Mod to Fame for Cheapo Kitty because I wasn't using it, and I saw a video of his, said he was looking for some springs, so I just sent it to him. If you had hit me up earlier, I'd have sent them to you too. No, they're just sitting here collecting dust. I don't need them. Yep, there's demons. That make sure you guys hit that like button so more people come in, see it. Oh, that's my Porsche. That's my cousin. That's my Porsche. Have you tracked that beast? I like the distinctive. Thank you, man. I just did that auto cross thing that I did in at what was that? We Are Mopar, and I also did I did a bunch of rallies. So I've done a Florida rally. I've done it's called a Miami to Mardi Gras rally with all the, like the Lamborghinis and stuff. So that's like a road course. That was pretty fun. Got a chance on the back roads to run with a bunch of like Lamborghinis and McLaren and stuff like that. I snatched a couple more souls. I bet you did. Hey, Demonology, I looked up the what was it? I looked up those 918 drag reaction times, man. There's a couple of souls on those you could get, but the good ones, I don't know. I'm sure you could probably get them. Yeah, so like with us, I love the King Rage, you laugh too much. That's my son. I laugh too much. He always gets me, man. Give me a hard time. Your kids give you the hardest time ever. Shouldn't you be doing homework? It's almost time for bed, isn't it? Yeah, but I think the road course is what I want to do first. I mean, I really didn't grow up with the drag racing. It's more so road racing. Road racing. Is there a statute of limitation? Logan L, what's up? Do you live in Texas like Demonology? Nah, Logan, I live in Florida now. I used to live in San Antonio, Texas for 7 years. I was stationed out there at Lackland, but now I'm here in the Panhandle of Florida. I want to do a harness belt in my demon. Would you suggest? Actually, I have something for you, Demonology. So I have a sponsorship through Saybelt, and I was running red Saybelts, and now I'm running blue Saybelts. So I have a set of red harnesses. Let me see if I can find them. So I have a set of red Saybelt harnesses right here. They're the, I don't know what they call them. 4-point. These are like the 5-point Saybelt. They got the pad on there. I don't know if you're an old guy like myself, so you might like the pad for the comfort, because it's kind of the webbing was rubbing on my neck, especially like when I did the rally. I did those mostly for when I did the rally, and I'd be in a car for about sometimes like 8 hours at a time, not straight, but just driving. So these are then just the crotch piece, and then I got this other piece. Oh. And then the Saybelt. So Demonology. Hey, they even match your car, man. They're already red. What you do, you can hit me up. Send me your address. I have 2 sets of them. Send me your address and I'll send them out to you, man. I said I don't need them. I don't need still got the bag. Still have all the hardware, instruction manual. So they're yours, man. So they'll forget what they're called. I don't know it's just the Saybelt Club. I don't know what the name is. It's just a kit. It comes with the 2. I don't know if you need 2. You need 1 for you in Syndiology. You need to get down to, but let me know. I'll try and make with So Fire CBD. Man, I'm catting it up. That you wanna back up. I said I'm having a storm here. It's like thunder and lightning. It's been raining all afternoon. So is it working now? Let me know. Oh, it says it's back up now. Flip at all. Forgot to pay his Wi-Fi. Hey, you guys, I saw Off and Fish Saper. So is everybody else? Is it good for everybody else? Ooh, can you do a cold start? I'll do a cold start, but I think my wife will kill me. It's pretty loud, but she's probably. Let me see. All right. She know. I'm gonna do a. I'm gonna wait till closer when I get up. I'm gonna do a. I'll do a cold start at the end, so that way you guys can't see me getting a beating for starting the car up. So as I said, me and my cousin have always been into racing and stuff like that. So we used to who's the boss in that house? She is. I'm the boss in the garage. Hey man, so you guys are bootsing me up to get in trouble, man. You guys bootsing me up to get in trouble, man. Hey man, you know sometimes syndicology will get demonology too, man. So I don't want to come down there. Oh, 90. Hey man, my cousin keeps asking me about. So I started out with I've always been into Hondas in the beginning. So my first car was like a Buick Sentra with a luggage rack on the back, and those guys when I went to school made fun of me. They say, "Oh, your grandma let you borrow the car." Then after that, I had an Integra. I was in Philly. I had an Integra 4-door. Then, yes, she will. Then that one got stolen. And then I had I don't have any luck with Hondas. Then after that, I got a Honda Accord. I moved to North Carolina with my cousin. And that one got stolen in North Carolina. And then after that, I bought a 90 CRX Civic, CRX Civic, it's a CRX SI. And my first Honda, hey man, that's New York, man. New York and Philly, man, you can't keep anything up there, especially a Honda. I had wheels on there and everything. Actually, on the Honda Accord, my cousin that's on here, he had an EXL coupe, and I had the sedan. He had a newer one, and I had a sedan. So he took those old wheels off, and I put on my car, and he got some new TXW VX. That's when TSWs were big, and he put his wheels on my car. I probably had those wheels on the car probably a week before they stole that car. And he still blamed me to this day. He's like, yeah, I never paid him back for his for his wheels. I was like, hey man, they stole them. Yeah, I was like, man, they stole them. And 2 weeks. All right, I had them 2 weeks before it got stolen. Yeah, because we had went to New York, and when he came back, there's like the neighbor was outside looking, and then they called me, was like, hey, were you outside working? I was like, I wasn't outside working on the car. They was like, yeah, well, your car is stolen. It was like, we saw some guys leaning in it, but we thought it was you. We couldn't really see. But this was before there was like big on cell phones and stuff like this. Was your salmon color? Nah, the inside was salmon color. So, back in the day, they used to have those burgundy interior. Look like crushed velvet. The car in my house, go to school years. I had an 88 Lincoln Town Car. Lots. That's why my kids will not get a big car. I'm gonna get my kids a 2-seater. Get them an MR2. We should have jumped him. Yeah. We used to go to New York all the time. Well, we lived in New York and then and Philly. Then after that, we moved to North Carolina. But we used to go to New York all the time. I said we grew up in New York. So we used to, Matafame could attest to this. So we used to run on the FDR, which was pretty narrow. But it's just in and out of traffic, super fast. The Cross Bronx, the Major Deegan, the Merrick if you're going up to Connecticut. Actually, I'm going to call my cousin because he used to run with me all the time when we was up there doing our antics. So, and we had a long, listen to this, I used to drive. We used to drive. Listen to this weekend. a weekend, we decided, was like, okay, we lived in Greensboro at the time. We drove from Greensboro, was like, we're going to go to Virginia Beach. So we drove from Greensboro to Virginia Beach. No lie, we got to Virginia Beach. We got like 4 tickets in the parking spot.
Stop. It wasn't 4. I got 18 tickets and you got 1.
Yeah.
I mean, they were $25 tickets, but they were still 18 tickets.
Yep, they gave me a ticket for the car was off. The key was not in the ignition. We was in a parking spot, and he gave me a ticket for not wearing a seatbelt. Yep. So we drove from there. So after that, was like, man, we're not staying in Virginia. Actually, he told him we had to leave. If he sees us again, he was going to impound the car, because back in the day, you know, he had an intake. Did you have an intake on the car?
I had an intake, and he thought I changed the muffler system.
Yep. And then we had remember back in the day when those white taillights were cool? You had the white taillights, but it had red bulbs in there. You got a ticket for that.
I got a ticket for each side.
Yeah.
And then I put the benchmark lights. I cut the fenders and put the benchmark lights and put indicators on the side.
Yep.
I got a ticket for those non-standard equipment, 1 for each side. And the front indicator lights.
Yep. So it was like, you know what? I was like, we're not even staying in Virginia Beach. So we called up our cousin who lived in Orlando and was like, hey, we're coming down to Orlando right now. So we left Greensboro, went to Virginia Beach. We left Virginia Beach and we drove to Orlando. We got to Orlando, we're hanging out. Then our other cousin in New York called us and say, hey, we're going to Caravana in Toronto. And was like, word is like, go ahead and we'll meet you on the highway. So he's in New York. Where did he live? Where did Dave live?
Dave was in Yonkers, but we ended up in Mount Vernon.
Yeah, but it was like, no, we met him on the side of the highway, remember?
No, because he got in a car with us, remember that?
Oh, so we're like, we're gonna meet you. So we drove from Orlando to New York, pick our cousin up, and then we drove from New York straight to, was it Toronto?
Toronto.
Yeah, to Toronto. We partied the weekend, stayed up the entire weekend, turned around, and drove back from Carolina. And this was all over the span of a 3-day weekend. And we drove from Toronto back to New York to drop him off. And then from New York, we went back to Greensboro.
Only way to do it, man. The only way to do it.
The only way to do it. So we've been driving fast for for the longest, man. So in Philly, when I used to stay in Philly, I got a bunch of tickets for not street racing, but we driving on the road, and the judge was like, the 13 for me. Yeah, it was a crazy weekend. And then the judge was like, hey, if I see you back in court again, I'm taking away your driver's license for 6 months. I was like, oh man. So I went down south, but we had a good time, man. I'll say I've loved driving, always been into cars. Me and my cousin right here, we grew up together from we were kids in Jamaica. So I'm sure he has some interesting stories to say about me and my driving not privileges, but driving. So another time, so we're coming back from New York. We're going down 85 from Virginia to back to Carolina. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. We was in the Accord. It was a BMW M3, and what else was the other car? There's 3 of us. Do you remember what the other car was?
Years ago, take her a little quick.
Okay, so we were driving. We're doing like 110, just cutting on this 2-lane highway. And he was like, "Hey man, you need to slow down." I was like, "Hey man, it's just me and 3 cars. We're going in. Not gonna we're not gonna get pulled over because it's like I'm the third. Like there was always like I'm the third car, so the third car ain't gonna get pulled over. The third car usually get by. They're gonna pull over the first one or the second one. So the cop pulls over and turns the light on me, pulls me over, and then goes to get the second car. So I was like, okay, well, you might let me go. So I got back on. So he pulled me back over a second time.
Yep.
I think didn't he let those other two cars go and just gave me a ticket?
No, he didn't. He pulled you. He got you too.
Yeah.
Them too.
So that's the first time I've ever experienced in one cop car pulling over three cars. So, that was with the with the stress on the car. But I think my heart is really into the road racing aspect of it, and of course everybody always like, Challengers or boats, they could never perform. But I think they could perform very well due to suspension, and it all comes down to driving. Mata fame, Steph could tell you that it all comes down to driving. Drive. Actually, it do come down to the driver, because look at Demonology been snatching souls in a car that nobody says could snatch souls in a whole bunch of other cars. So
listen, I use your CRX to eat up Audi A6 or A8.
Ramses Sutton the third says,
that thing up like it was nothing.
With the right suspension setup, you can. I think so too. I'm gonna look into that. I think. What's your thoughts on air density? And it kills your performance. Like with that, I was telling them that with the air density, it's all like relative, almost like with with the airplane is it's pretty much like pressure. So it's like pressure, altitude, inches of mercury, and the air temp outside. So like standard day is 2,992 inches of mercury, and that's standard day is sea level, and that's going to be at 15 degrees Celsius, because with the airplane, everything is done in Celsius. So you take that all together to get your density altitude. So pretty much what you're doing is you're calculating density altitude is actually telling you what your true altitude is. So say you're maybe at a location where you're at 2,000 feet above sea level, right? But when you do the inches of mercury and you do everything else, and the outside air temp, you may be at 2,500. So the density altitude is telling you what the true outside pressure, or where you're truly at compared to what you should be. So it may be higher, or it could go down into the negatives. But I'll hit you back up later, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, later.
Yeah.
So that's where it comes in with with drag racing and stuff like that. Anybody else have any other questions or anything? I know you guys want me to do a cold start, but I'm gonna walk around. Oh, almost killed myself. So this is the car. I'm not sure if you can see the. I'll go open the inside. So right now, man, you can't see anything. I have it set up for drag racing, of course. And right now I have 2 bottles of nitrous. I have the Nitrous Express plate kit. I hadn't got a chance to dyno tune it with the nitrous yet. So we got to do a dyno tune with the nitrous. When are you going road racing next? So the next time, I just got done testing my new tune. Got it right. Oh, the next one, I'm gonna try and go down to Texas. But for the road racing, there's one in the beginning of February. I might go down to the NOLA Motorsports. So that's only 3 hours away from me. So I want to hit up. I want to hit up the NOLA. I want to hit up Road Atlanta, and I think it's Sebring, whichever one's in Daytona. So I'm gonna try and hit those up. Get my skills back up. I'm gonna go get the keys real quick so I could do a. I'm gonna put it down here so you could look at my pretty exhaust on my plate, and I'm gonna get the key. So you guys talked me into you guys gonna get me in trouble for on a school night, but I'm gonna go ahead and start it up. I got all the fumes in here. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I didn't give a warning to all the headphones users. Can you handle it? Logan City. It's in NOLA is the ones in Louisiana near New Orleans. That mod fame that diffuser is Prior Designs diffuser. Oh, my bad, Logan. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, it is loud. I just did the what did I just do? I got the Stainless Works catless mid pipes, and I just changed it. So the problem that I'm running with the catless mid pipe is I got these O2 sensor standoffs since my car is not tuned yet. Since my car is not tuned yet, and the standoffs is supposed to make the oxygen sensor sit a little bit further up, so it's not gonna read rich or lean. But one of the bongs on it is bad, so I couldn't get the oxygen sensor all the way down. So it's right now it's throwing a code. I think it's 2098 for right bank lean. So I gotta get it tuned or get that fixed. That thing loud, right? My bad. Nah, E85. I didn't want to go E85 because in my area only one area had E85, and that's Panama City. And Panama City got pretty much demolished by that hurricane. So I don't like if anybody running E85. I'm not sure where they're going to get E85 from right now. Shirt and black. Oh yeah, my merch. I hadn't sold them yet. They just did a test run on them. This is the hoodie. I do have them in black, so I got you. I'm putting those mid pipes. Oh man, tell you right now, your car is going to be ridiculously loud with those catless mid pipes. I underestimated how loud they were going to be with those mid pipes, but I mean, I like it. So, hoodie better be in the mail. Magnum, what's going on, bro? What up, man? Did you notice the power there with the mid pipes? I don't know. It's a little bit. As I said, I'm not tuned, so it's a little bit. So I'm not sure if it's a placebo effect in my mind. Once I put a new part on, my car is automatically faster. So the only way to do that is I was going to. As I said, I was going to set my car up on the dyno and the shop that installed the nitrous because I didn't want to do it. Going to do a dyno tune. So they're going to put it on before everything done before the. But that's right around all the time when the hurricane came through. So I didn't get a chance to do that. So I'm actually waiting on a new clutch right now. So I'm going to get the McLeod RXT 1200 clutch, so I'm waiting for that. Don't make my size. Hey, I have yours. Hey, actually, I asked Steph. I sent Steph one of my merch, man. I gave him one of my merch. He don't even wear it. Yeah, the stock ones are allowed. Nothing much. My Dodge Magnum is down right now, and I drive my Project GMC work every day. What's wrong with the Magnum? Hey man, why my son's trolling me, man? Mom, you're sleeping outside. Hey man, shouldn't you be in bed? Don't you got school tomorrow? Stefan wears skinny jeans now. So it is on, the car is on air. I'm not sure if you saw it move up and down with the, when I started the car. So I have it set to come on to ride height when I turn the car on. And then this is my trunk setup right now. I have it still set up like the airplane, stuff like that. So usually on the car, I do all the work myself. So like I did all the air install myself in the garage. I did the mid pipes myself. The only thing I didn't do was the nitrous, because I don't want to mess nothing up with that. And with it being nitrous, I don't want, have blowback or anything like that. I did the inside. I took out the seats. Actually, I need to weigh my car to see how much. Peace, often fishing, man. Appreciate it. I have to weigh my car really to see how much. Cool. Right now, I don't have any. The back seats are out. I wish I had a better light. I got to do a daytime video to show. So right now, I have the Demon seat delete in the back with the harness bar. I'm running a Cypher Auto harness bar with the Say-Belt. I got Say-Belt carbon fiber seats, like 60 pounds a piece on my car, because it has the, what does it have? It have those air conditioning, the airbags and everything else in there. But yeah, all right, guys, I'm going to be wrapping it up here in a minute. Got 40 minutes in. I really appreciate it. This was my my first live. So I plan on doing more, at least once a week. If you guys have any ideas on or a subject of what you want to do, let me know and I'll get it out there. If you have anything you want to see, or if you had any help you want, I don't know, the batteries I won't hold a charge. Maybe you have a bad alternator. I'd start get the alternator check. Yes, I'm saying. I don't know if it's a good idea to have, but it's a lot safer than it was back in the day. And I say I'm running a plate system, so I don't know. It should be it's a lot safer. Clutch and stuff. Oh, live, man. I don't know if I could do the clutches all live, man. I might be doing too much. Got drop stuff on my foot, but I am gonna do the clutch myself. So I am gonna do the video. So right now my car has, I think my car has like 13,000 miles, and I've already went through 2 clutch. But that's because the clutch is, I don't know if it's just on the 15s, but the 15s had a lot of problems with the clutch going out, like just driving. Even if you drive regular, the clutch goes out. And I had talked to an engineer with, I don't know, he says he's an engineer with Dodge when I was at a dealership. And I was like, because they had to call Dodge to warranty my clutch, because a clutch is considered a wearable item, and it's only good for 12 months after install, or 12 months after you drive off. Your clutch no longer has a warranty. But because I only had 2,000 miles on the car at the time when it went out, they had to call Dodge, and then someone had to come down here and look at it. And then when they took the clutch out, it was like, yeah, I don't know. I took a picture of it. It's on my Instagram somewhere. And they said it was defective. It shouldn't look like how it looked at only 2,000 miles. So Dodge actually replaced it, and you're going to replace it again. but I don't want to go with the same one over. So they replace it on the warranty. And the guy was telling me that I don't know how true it is with the Hellcats when they called it the 15s when they first came out, they didn't really have a transmission or clutch built for the Hellcat. So they used, I think they said this is the transmission and a clutch that comes in the Viper, which has a little bit less horsepower, and the clutch is the weak point on the auto because with a manual we could launch it the way we want or drop the clutch, and they're saying it's cheaper to replace a clutch than to replace a drivetrain item. And because it's a wearable item, after 12 months, they're not liable for the clutch anyway. So they make the weak part the clutch. So that way you just burn out the clutch and not break parts that they would have to replace on the warranty, like drive shafts or axles and stuff like that. But, I like driving manuals, but they did replace it. The dealer did replace it on the warranty. They did not replace my axle on the warranty because they said I have 305. So they said because I had wider tires on my car, they did not replace my axle, and my axle busted because the aftermarket tires put more strain on the axles. So, and no demonology, my sons. DRK WXD, what's up, man? How you doing today? I'm good, man. Appreciate it. Chilling, getting ready to go back to work tomorrow. How you doing? So I said, anything else? I am gonna do a clutch video. I can't do it live. It's gonna take me I don't know if it's gonna take me forever, but why did you, and what's your power goal? I added the nitrous because it's just good to have for me. Like when I was, around here on the streets, and there's a lot of GT350s around and a bunch of Mustangs and stuff. And there's always, so I just want to give them something a little extra. Start out with like a 50 shot right now. Or even if I take it to the track, I could use it on the track just to see. But I gotta add a part to it because since it's at wide open throttle, it comes on right now, but it will spike down when I go to change gears and then step back on it again. So I gotta do it's a ramp up system. What that baby on the bottle? This, that's my, let me see. It's my sticker on my car. So I got a bunch of stickers. I usually give them out like when I go to car shows, I give them to kids and stuff like that. But just my sticker. So if you guys want any, let me know. I could get you guys some out in the mail. So my power goal, it kind of changed right now, Steph, because before I wanted to go big. My power goal was actually to get 1,000 wheel horsepower on my car. And I know that involved changing the supercharger. But because I'm not really going to do the drag race, I want to enjoy it like on the road and the road course and stuff. I think I might be good with where I'm at. Maybe bump it up with a tune like to where you are at, like 800 or so, because on the road course, I mean, you don't need that much more. That soul snatch sticker here. And I do have some Mickey Thompson drag. I can't see it. Some Mickey Thompson drag radials for when I was to go to the drag strip, but for when I go to the drag strip, so I'm not sure. Maybe I should. Hey, maybe you should get a soul snatch sticker. Every car that you beat, you give them a sticker and say, "Hey, man, this is your penance, your punishment. You got to put this on your car. Hey, you got your soul snatched." Yeah, that's it, fellas. It's about 47 minutes now, so I'm gonna head out. Yeah, I think my son is calling me, and I think I'm in trouble. So I think I need to go in so I don't have to sleep in the garage. So I appreciate all of you guys for coming through, checking out the live. I really appreciate it. Hit me up on Instagram, mission_flyer. Also, don't forget to hit that like button on the live before you guys get out of here. So I appreciate it. Be safe, and I'll see you guys next week. I'm gonna put out actually, Steph. I'm gonna put out a video maybe tomorrow on my install of my mid pipes, my catless mid pipes. Peace. Have a nice guys night. Have a nice night, guys. Appreciate it.